Welcome to Bridging the Gap, connecting in a disconnected world. Words matter. Today, we're going to do a four-part series based on the four agreements and being impeccable with your word and why that matters. It matters so much today in every relationship that we have on a microcosmic level within our home relationships to our community to a macrocosmic level in our world. So speak the truth. Use your words to create, not destroy. Now, the neuroscience of speaking and speech and the meaning of it has to do with how we describe reality. We design it that way. What we speak becomes what we want. Every phrase you repeat silently out loud, it helps to rewire or wire your brain's perception of what is possible. So, through neuroplasticity, language sculpts emotion. It sculpts our self belief, our identity, and our reality. So, when we engage in harsh or critical self talk, the amygdala lights up and it signals danger. Danger, Will Robinson, within. But when our brain is responsible for what we speak, then we can do it with empathy, reason, and emotional regulation. That's what it can also create. It can create connection. The words ripple through our nervous system and others around us too. Those mirror neurons that reflect the tone, the energy, our intent. Speech literally co regulates connection with ourself and with others. So to be impeccable with your word would be to align language with truth, care, and integrity. And again, we need this so much now. From forming those neural pathways that strengthen that authenticity and trust to help us create the connections in the world that we want, in the world that we want to live in peacefully and happily. Okay, I know I'm on a time crunch. And so, if we can spend 5 minutes finding a safe, quiet place, do that right now. Feel free to leave your eyes open, closed, slightly closed, or whatever makes you feel most comfortable. And notice your breath as we focus on breath, awareness, and mindfulness. This is going to be a little bit more of a talk through mindfulness somatic moment. So we're going to begin by grounding our breath and inhaling authenticity and exhaling distortion. Find where your breath is in its most authentic self. And as we breathe, we're going to notice the thoughts that come through shape our inner dialogue, and we decide what comes out, right? Are we building bridges or are we reinforcing old wounds? As we clear our mind, any thought that comes through, let's help filter that. Let's help make sure that those thoughts that are there have good intentions, right? So place a hand on your heart, place a hand on your throat, and inhale through the noise. Through all that noise and through your nose, feeling your heart expand. And as we exhale softly, letting go of any of the tension and releasing pure energy. Inhaling that pure light and dispelling all of the anger, frustration, unhappiness. Maybe we whisper to ourselves kind thoughts. Even if it's just, I'm learning to speak with care. And take that in. And this doesn't have to be perfect, right? It's what helps us retrain ourselves. Our link to language creates safety, not defense. We can be there for others through our language, through our speech, through our thoughts. Feel the power in our ability to use our thoughts and our words to heal, to connect. They're two of the greatest powers that we have in healing. And knowing somebody else that isn't using those words are going through such dysregulation. They have such suffering. They need our words to be able to help them. Even if that is, the words are silent. Just your presence, your breath, your being there and taking that in can change the world. If a thought comes through, let it pass and support it with kind, loving words. If we all did this, what a world it would be. And as we use this grounding, we'll remember that our integrity, our intention, that is our integrity, is at the core of our words, without judgment, but there for healing and connection. Feel free to pause here. That was your 5 minutes at minimum. That's what we should be taking for ourselves every day. You can continue after the pause if you'd like to take some more time, which would be great. So as we think about living with word-hardy integrity, we want to think that every word you speak aligns with your world internally and what the world that you create externally around you, right? When speech matches our feelings, the nervous system, it settles because truth feels coherent. We want to notice this week, if you're thinking of something to work on, what can I do for this week? Is that you might think of your speech more consciously. Just think how you talk to yourself, how you think about yourself, how you say those words to yourself, and then how you say those words to loved ones, especially in times of dysregulation. Even in the silence, what are you thinking? How can you help shift and find compassion in somebody else's not right speech, where it needs to be aligned more? How can you help be that transition, that guide through your words, through your practice, to get to your truth and repeat it daily? So remember, it's not about perfection. It's about awareness, intention, and most of all, compassion. So when words become instruments of truth rather than weapons of fear, healing begins from within and safety emerges for ourselves and for those around us. So I'd like to leave you with a quote by Don Miguel Ruiz. Your word is your power to create a better world or to destroy it. And we all need to think about this. So thank you. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. I hope my words, these words, have helped heal, solve, bring up something to focus on and think about, something that you can do every day, daily, this week, and everyone around you to help change all of the anger, frustration, and fear that's happening. Thank you so much. Please, please like, please share. Check out the podcast, all the links below, wherever they are, and have a fantastic day. Thank you.